Very good morning, Vanakkam, Namaste. A warm welcome to everyone. So today we have our special guest, Dr. Suthanthira Devi with us. She's one of our students. She's a naturopathy doctor. And in one of the discussion, I was getting her help in, to do detoxification for myself. That time I was amazed to see her broad range of experience and knowledge. So I thought it will benefit everyone if she comes and gives a talk about what is naturopathy and how it can help to heal some of the common conditions for people. So I requested her, and she immediately accepted to come and give a session for our students. So with great pleasure, I invite Dr. Suthanthira Devi to share her knowledge on this naturopathy and how it can help to heal our body naturally. Yes. Can you unmute?
Mute
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Morning and warm welcome to everyone here. I'm Dr. Suthanthira Devi from Qatar. So I'm a natural cure and yoga consultant. As Sir told you everything, today it's a pleasant day. Give some ideas about naturopathy. So let me start with the topic and we'll end with some question answer session.
Yes, so maybe we can split it into two parts. First part, you can just give a general idea about what is naturopathy, because many people in this meeting may not have an idea. So you can just give an overall overview of what is naturopathy and how it can help to cure some of the common diseases. After that, we can get into Q&A session. So maybe we will invite other members also to ask questions. Whatever health challenges that they may have, we can see if we can try to address them. Okay? Yes. Over to you, Suthanthira.
Working with naturopathy, I always feel happy to give a talk on naturopathy and create awareness among people. So after a while, I'm doing this. Naturopathy for simple understanding, it's always living with nature. Yes, it actually it's all based on few principles. Okay, so let me start with those principles. As we all know, our body has the own healing capacity. We believe or not, even we accept or not, that's true. That innate capacity of the body is the main backbone in naturopathy treatments, in the understanding about nature cure. So first thing is to always adhere to that inherent capacity. Okay, so that they have to always adhere to the laws of nature. So first thing is to treat the cause and not the symptoms, and not to suppress the symptoms. There comes the theory of toxemia, where I have to say, like, it is always in now the trend says it as gut health or pure or impure blood, and many other terms are there. But in that principle in naturopathy is to get rid of the morbid matter, the waste matter. So basically it's in the gut. So impure gut will give less digestive capacity or lower metabolism or altered metabolism or hampered metabolism, which makes our blood impure. And those things will be represented all over, will be indicated as disease. So to treat the cause, that is to get rid of the accumulation of these morbid matters. Okay. So there comes the process of detoxification. Actually, it's all a wide topic. So detoxification, it can be done in various ways. I can give you some ideas on, you might be heard of some words or some practices you may be following also, enema and purgation. And there are so many other things. Okay, so that is always helps in accumulating the morbid matter. Mm, that goes with treating the cause. And the second thing is treat the whole person. Yeah, so that is the holistic approach. So body is integrated, right? So it is not system by system and system and system. No, it is one. So it should be treated as one. So treating the whole person. So again, with the principle, so when the cause is focused, so we can have the effect all over the body, the overall health. So the next one is, how can I treat a person? That is, as I told, adhering to the laws of nature. So we can utilize the healing power of nature. So I assume we have got a cut wound. How we heal it, how we get healed. So it is all by nature, right? The same way, it is not only for simple as a cut wound, for any kind of disease, any kind of disorder in the body has its own capacity to overcome it. Actually, we have to help, we have to aid the natural means of healing. So thereby, we can, one thing is preventive. Before getting into any disease, we can lead a healthy lifestyle to have a healthy life. That is the preventive way of getting into any disorder. To enhance the nature's protective mechanism, okay, the body's own protective mechanism. So when we are capable of doing this, we can heal the body completely, okay, without any drugs. Leading any nowadays, being healthy is with medicines. Being healthy is considered to be healthy, right? So it is not so. Without any medicines, without any external influence, leading the normal thing is considered to be healthy, right? How we name us, we are healthy in all states, right? Physically, mentally, psychologically, even socially. I'm healthy in my own four rooms, that is four walls inside, in the sense. In my own home, if I'm healthy, in my own house, I'm healthy. I'm not considered to be healthy. I have to have easy relationship in the society, right? So everything makes one completely healthy. Yeah, the last part is the beautiful part. The doctor should be as a teacher, that is educating the patients. It's not only the patients, educating the health seekers. So let me summarize. Treating the cause. Actually, it is like do no harm to the nature's healing capacity. Okay, so treat the whole person and always aid the healing power of nature and improve the protective mechanism of the body. And finally, the doctor as the teacher. I gave you some general idea, I think, about naturopathy.
Wonderful. Thanks for that wonderful summary. So now maybe we can get into a discussion on how naturopathy will work for some common ailments. Okay. So before that, let us start with detoxification, which you already touched upon. So let us say a common man, if they have to do this detoxification, what is the recommended uh, period? They say that once in 6 months we have to detoxify, right? So what do you recommend? And is there any home remedies or any techniques that they can practice at home to detoxify?
Yeah, they can. Like drinking water early in the morning itself is the first and prime detoxification tool. So that everyone, irrespective of the age, irrespective of the health condition, everyone have to have this habit. I have to inculcate the habit of drinking water in the early morning, empty stomach. That is the prime thing. And the next one is getting rid of our stools. Yeah. So that plays a major role. And often, which is paid very less importance in this busy schedule. Okay, there are two, I always concern about kids. Okay, so for the kids, actually, as we parents, somewhere we fail to inculcate the habit, somewhere we fail to pass the information of this healthy habit. Okay? So this, like passing out the stools. And the third thing is to sweat. Okay? It's to do some kind of physical activity that allows you to sweat. It is not always like simple sitting. Even kids are sitting nowadays. They're asked to do that, right? So it's to sweat. And actually, we know how we can eliminate the waste in these forms, like urine, like fecus, like sweat, and how we breathe out, right? Or even the way of breathing through nose, even that became an information or a science to be taught, but it's not so. Once it was not so. If just think of a baby, newborn baby. A newborn baby has the natural ability to breathe in and through the nose and breathe out through the nose. But as we breathe in, we have to raise the abdomen. The abdomen has to expand, allow space to have more air, right? But that movement, that respiratory movements becomes ulta as we pass on, as we age on. Okay, that much. Sometimes I have to name it as ignorant. Sometimes it is like comfortability. Yeah, so those knowledge have to be passed on, like breathing through nose is great importance. So actually, let me continue with my talk, okay? And let's proceed with the questioning session. So the next thing Sarah asked me is about the daily routine. Yeah, so the easy thing what was given by early practitioners, like by great practitioners, is like the Arogya Rakshaka Panchatantra. Okay, the Panchatantra nowadays it becomes a six tantras. Okay, the first one is to sleep. Yeah, sleep. Sorry, I couldn't share. I don't know this technical knowledge and all I don't have, so I couldn't share the slides. Sleep. How one has to sleep? First of all, sleeping at night is important, right? The first thing. And we have to sleep adequately. The next thing. And we have to sleep like a baby, we used to say, right? Like a baby. So if we sleep at night and if our sleep cycle and the wake up cycle is proper and it's of good quality, we can allow the body to have that 24-hour clock. We are all aware about it, that circadian rhythm, right? The 24-hour clock of the body. So if that goes well, there comes a hormone, a chemical named melatonin, which is secreted by the pineal gland. If that is the one which can make you to stay young, okay? So this is the attractive word I can use to know the importance of sleep. Okay, if you want to stay young ever, sleep properly. Like the hormone, the melatonin, it does many functions. Like it detoxifies, it has the antioxidant effect. Even it helps in the bone protection and bone formation as well. Name any system, it maintains the health of the system, reproductive, even the cardiovascular, cardiorespiratory. Even if you want to lose weight, you have to sleep properly. Am I right or not? So even the body mass regulation. So it has multiple effects. It has effects almost in every system of the body. So the sleep, many people nowadays, the newly married couples are the young couples who wanted their baby desperately. They for them, if I tell them like you have to sleep properly, they just wonder. Oh, is it a much needed factor? Like, yes, yes. Only the sleep can balance the hormones, the proper and good sleep. Yes, so likewise, sleep plays that much key role in maintaining the whole body health. So, next thing is drink adequate water. Actually, this has to be reframed as our body composition is with more of water, right? So we have to allow the body have it more, the water content. We have to allow how we can allow, as we know that makes the one of the Panchamahabhutas, right? The body is made of 5 elements, as we know. So the five, one of the main, one of the Panchamahabhuta is water. So that becomes the medium for all metabolic reactions in the body. So you think like there is no medium at all. If there is no water at all, if we wanted to make a salt solution, if we add salt without water, how can we get out the solution? Right? The same, it is a medium. It is a medium. So we have to allow the body to have more water, not only by drinking water, by mm, eating more water-rich foods. Okay, even by bathing enough. Sometimes we run out, okay, like, of time, and we want to make it as short and quick. And that the body needs contact with water. So even bathing plays a very important role. And one thing we must be aware, like, as stress is more common nowadays, the term at least is common nowadays. So the chronic stress, where it will impact is, it will make each and every cell to get dehydrated. It makes the cellular dehydration, which in turn lowers the body's immunity. Okay? So here you have to have an understanding, like, germs are everywhere. Okay, it is around us, it is over us, it is inside us. Okay, the microbes. So when it has the upper hand, in the sense, when our immune system is low, when we are functionally low, by the time it takes the upper hand. It is not that I have infected. No, I gave the chance for the microbes to rise in me, to have its upper hand. Okay, that is the reason we have to maintain the immunity. How we can have good immunity? By maintaining this water level in the body. Okay, so there comes the third one. It is like drink adequate water or maintain the water content of the body. And the third thing is like exercise. So I said sleep, water, the importance of water, and the third thing is exercise. So exercise, in the sense, it is not only to control the normally what we think are like the effects or the benefits of exercise. Like, we wanted to control aging process, we wanted to improve sleep quality, like we want to maintain the cardiac health, even the respiratory health. We wanted to get rid of depression, that like we want to maintain the moods, or to enhance the neuromotor. This is what should be understood. Like, exercise not only plays with this muscular and skeletal system. No, it plays with the nervous system also. It helps you in keeping your nervous degeneration at bay. Like, it controls. Okay, so the neuromotor health and the coordination is what is meant to be healthy. Like, if I wanted to stay young, I should maintain my neuromotor health. Okay, so here, as you can understand, even sleep plays a major role. And always, in our modern trend, we pay more attention to the cardiovascular system, the heart and the blood vessels. But there is one another system which should be given equal importance, is the cardiorespiratory, heart and lungs. Here I want to this is my deep thought. I wanted to insist on everyone, like, when you're exercising, kindly and consciously and mindfully breathe through your nose. Yeah, so many people, like, they don't know the importance of nose. So that's the reason we always take it as simple as we could. So the nasal breathing here, the nasal mucosal membrane, the cells have got the capacity to produce, to secrete nitric oxide, which is secreted actually in very less amount. But that nitric oxide, when taken along with the inhaled air, it aids the lungs in the oxygen absorption by 10 to 25% more. Okay, whatever the air we take, that the consumption, even if we take, we are not utilizing the 100%. Okay, so to aid it, this not nitric oxide helps. But when we breathe only through nose, when we breathe through nose only, can it our oral cells don't have the capacity. They have different role, and this has different role. Our husband and wife, they have different role to maintain a family, right? So that way. So here, as we are health seekers and we are practicing daily, we should have the awareness of breathing through nose. Okay? exercise is must, and pray. Actually, nowadays the importance is given to diet, but more than diet, I see it as it is like pray. It is not only pray, it is having the right mental attitude. Like even I take right food, even I live or I adapt right healthy practices. These two can affect or can influence one with right mental attitude, okay, right state of mind. So it is like a keyword like pray. It is not to pray. It is like never undervalue anybody or anything in life. Yeah, rather we can appreciate, we can accept, we can respect, we can be open to learn, we can be grateful, we can be kind, we can cherish the happenings, we can let go of the things, right? So this makes us not only to calm the mind, but this energizes the body with all kinds of positive vibrations. So the first thing is, or even I tell my kids, like you first you prepare your mind to trust you, to trust anybody else around you, anything else around you. So yeah, speaking of health, it is to trust the body. So it is to trust the mother nature. Okay? So that the body has its own intelligence. Okay, so that we have to actually trust. Then only it can help us. Okay, somebody will say, I'm following this, I'm following that, even after this, even after following for many years or many months, I'm not getting the desired result. This is all because of this underlying thing, that having the trust, the right mental state of attitude. And again, here I wanted to mark one thing. Actually, we nowadays the world is paying more attention to make one intelligent. Like intelligence can be acquired by observing others. But more than intelligent, it is always good to be wise. You think of an ancient text or something. When we hear to some uh, great personalities talk, they talk of this, they spell this word wise, wisdom. So this wisdom, how it can be acquired? It can be acquired only by observing us. Yeah, so it is not like intelligent or wise. It is always getting or taking our state to be intellectual is more important. So observing others, observing oneself makes one higher state of knowledge. Okay. My husband used to tell always, if you or others are suffering, only one thing is behind, the reason behind that, they are they are with lack of knowledge. They are ignorant. So who can suffer? Whomever is ignorant can suffer. So it is always good to have more knowledge. Okay, and the next thing is to eat twice a day. Yeah, as we have more knowledge nowadays, like eat the food, foods like not the products, actually the wholesome foods, and which has prana in it, and more importantly, which has water rich foods. It's so good to have, uh, rather than actually here, I can make it as simple as unavu and sapadu. In Tamil, we used to say unavu and sapadu. As we know, Tirukural, and this has been translated in several languages. Nowhere else the word sapadu is mentioned. The word unavu is mentioned. So unavu itself is marundu. Yeah, so that much சாப்பாடு, it's how we can understand this, it is the like cook, சமைத்த, like cultured. Okay, this உணவு is always with mother nature, like natural. Okay, so this is a simple idea which you can, mm, like you can think upon it. Okay, and again a word I wanted to make it clear, like nowadays we are behind chewing the food. It is not actually chewing the food, it is tasting the food. Yeah, yeah, this too. When we listen to hear to some talks like great personalities, or if we go with ancient text, actually this taste has been given more importance. Like this chewing is some kind of mechanical stimulus. This tasting is some kind of sensible, like it is the gustatory stimulus which connects the mind, the brain with the food, with our active eating. So if you want to do something mindfully, taste your food. Yeah, so that is about eating food. And the final thing is like, okay, the trendy one is to fast, right? Intermittent fasting. We all are aware of the term. So it is, I'm not speaking about intermittent fasting or something. I'm giving you general idea about fasting. Okay? So fasting is, fasting can enhance the self-healing capacity. Okay, always we, the world, we are behind weight reduction. Okay, so we are fasting. We are doing some kind of intermittent fast. We want to control our sugar level and much more. Uh, we want these kind of benefits, but this fasting, it has immense benefits. Rather, these are all these added benefits. But the main benefit is it can enhance the self-healing capacity of one. Uh, not only like physically, even mentally. It helps you to have more introspection. It gives you the clarity in your thoughts. It helps you to avoid ego and pride. When you let it go, when you pour out something, then only we can pour in something, right? So when we let this out, we can allow ourselves to fill with the positive energy, with the healing energies. And so even we can get rid of the past memories. Nobody else is ever right all the time, right, in life. So everyone, we have our own stored emotions. That those are all the words I have been attracted to this my Padam class with Gomati ma'am's talk. The stored emotion, the stored emotion. She always uttered the word that keeps me happy. Okay, because these are all the points where our knowledge has to be enhanced. So letting out the past memories, letting out the negative thoughts, or anger, fear, even the grudge what we hold on. There are so many scientific studies nowadays, like cancer. Who's getting cancer or who is more prone to get that is that who hold on to their grudges. So what best we can do by holding it on, right? We are not going to do anything. So let go of all the negative emotions and fill ourselves with the self-healing capacity and this positive vibrations. That's what is the Arogya Rakshaka Panksha Tantra. So this is what can be a daily routine, can be an easy routine. Hereby I'm concluding.
Thank you, doctor. I think though you mentioned as very simple techniques to follow, but practically I think all of us will have challenge to make this as part of habit. With a lot of emotions that is running behind in our head, and also in our current lifestyle, we are always running behind something, right? Sometimes we also wonder why are we doing it, but we are left with no other option. Every day you have to get up, go to office, come back. We don't have time. We don't have time to do exercise. Even in our class, a lot of people they joined, but unfortunately they could not continue because a lot of other things takes priority, and health is the last thing that we take it for granted, right? So we always think that health is something that's always with us, and unless nature hits us strongly and in form of some diseases, we will realize that, oh my god, I have to take care of myself, right? That is applicable to everyone, including me. Even I got into this my padam practice only. I started facing some health challenges, right? So that way, yes. So a very simple technique to follow. Hopefully, this will help us to adapt a healthy lifestyle. Just to add on to some of the techniques that you mentioned, you spoke about drinking water, right? There are different textures that is um, different text gives different recommendations. Some people say warm water, some people say honey water. What do you think it is the recommended way? Is it plain water good? And what is the recommended quantity? Is it like uh, some say 300 ml is the recommended. Some people say you have to drink 1 liter, like the Japanese method. So what do you think is recommended for our Tamil culture?
It is based on our purpose. Like, first thing is, whatever we drink or eat, it always should match with the body's own temperature.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
as per the weather, as per the climatic conditions, as per the place we live, we have to alter the temperature. So, we have the one thing is for easy understanding is you have to match with your body temperature. So, for some therapeutic purpose, we actually every temperature of water has got different effects like hot, warm, lukewarm, cold, and very cold. Everything has got different effects. Yeah, so for therapeutic purposes, we tell us hot water is best. To have it at ease, you can at least have lukewarm water. Yeah. So sometime if the weather is so bad in hot sun, like scorching sun, super hot in Chennai, we cannot go with hot water, right? So as per the weather, as per the place we live, but one thing is let me match with my body temperature. Whichever is comfortable, let me stick to. That's what I told Shankar sir at very first. My thinking is very simple and my practice is very simple. So whichever is applicable, whichever is more comfortable to me, I think the same way as everybody else can follow, right? So one thing. And the next thing is about the quantity. Actually, there is no stipulated quantity like I have to adhere to this, I have to adhere to that. No. So whenever you feel like thirsty, you can have enough water. Even the quantity of water has got different effects. Like, so the must morning first water drinking is here my purpose is to flush out. Okay. So how we can clean a room, how we can clean a toilet, even a plate if you wanted to wash, you have to have enough water to wash, right? So the purpose is to flush out. So have it more for easy flushing. Then after food or before food in rest of the day, this is as per the requirement. Yeah, so but see that it is not only water people are talking about. That's what I wanted to make it clear. As we are listening to this, that, and things, everybody else is speaking about water, taking water, maintaining the water content. It's not water, water, water. No, it is about the juicy fruits. It's about the juicy vegetables. Okay, it is about making our food like smooth and soft. Okay, something not hard. Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for that. So just a follow-up question to this. There is another recommended practice. They say that, two recommended practice I wanted to connect with this water. First, they say that it is good to sip and drink water instead of gulping. Maybe your thoughts on that. And the second is the second recommended practice, which is widely shared, is avoid water immediately after taking food. Give some gap so that the digestive juice will have sufficient juice to digest the food in the stomach. Leave minimum 30 minutes to drink after meal. Is your thoughts on these two questions? Sipping. What is
Sipping.
sipping?
Actually, it is about the receptors in the lips. So the receptors have direct connection with the brain, so that stimulates like to feel satiety, to control the thermal regulation, okay, to control the body temperature. That is the purpose in insisting sipping. Okay, I actually like to sip and drink because that's what I told. Something mechanical and something sensory. Okay, the sensory. If someone is touching and hugging us, how we'd feel rather than uttering only words. If our mother or somebody else is close to us. Okay, so sometime when we are down, when we wanted some energy really, this touch helps, right? The sensation helps. So this is the sensory receptors present over here that helps. That is why sipping is advised always. Not only water, even juice or something, whatever, even a tender coconut you drink, you just taste it and drink. Taste can be done only by sipping. Okay, that's one thing. And the next thing is, sir, please.
Yeah. So the second question is gap between
Gap
meal.
between food and water.
Water.
Actually, digestive juices here. I have to tell one mistake. What we do is we tend to do is we wanted to maintain this 30 minutes, but under work pressure or something else, we forget to take water at all. But 4 o'clock, after 3 to 4 hours or more than 2 hours, we'll get the regurgitation, right? The relapse, like like we get the feeling of acidity after having. So we would tell, oh, my intestine is not proper. It is not like that. That is our habit. So if we can maintain this 30 minutes habit, it's well and good. If not, at least like after food, you can have like 10 to 20 ml of water. That's not going to disturb this digestive juices. Okay. So at least the oral health, even the second impact is the oral health. After food, people fail to rinse their mouth. Okay, so it impacts our oral health too. So you have the habit of 10 ml or 20 ml just to rinse and to get all the food settled. Okay, one thing. And the next thing is, if you wanted to follow this 30 minutes, please adhere to it and follow. If not, even after 1 hour or something, this we have to follow consciously that one another thing actually it is based on the food we take. If we go with all kind of foods and hard foods, that's what I was mentioning, hard foods without our water, poor foods without much water content in the food, we have to have water. That is essential. Yeah, that is must. So if we have with adequate quantity of water, we won't have that kind of urge, the natural urge to take water. But within an hour, it is important to take water.
Okay, very
Follow
nice.
it. Yeah.
Super. So now let us move on to food. Food you have already mentioned, to take water-rich food. So you recommended to take unavu instead of sapadu, right? So um, I hope that also includes fruits and vegetables and this cucumber kind of water-rich content food
Yeah,
is
yeah, yes, sir.
right. Yes, and you mentioned 2 meals a day. So, do you recommend like again, there are different theories. Some say that it is important to have first meal as a heavy meal and finish your last meal before sunset, right? So if I am going to stick to 2 meal a day, what would be the recommended timing? Let's say, for example, can I have something like between 11:30 to 12 first meal and then have the second meal between 5 to 6? Is that recommended, or what do you
The
suggest?
timing can be, it is like before 11 it is. Yeah.
Before, okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
before 11. And the evening it can be from 4. From 4.
Okay, okay. And in between, if some people feel hungry,
You can go
maybe
with fruits. Yeah, fruits, vegetables. Actually, we know more about fruits and vegetables, and we don't know much about the sprouts.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
even sprouts are a pranic food. That has the prana, that has
Okay,
the life. Okay, so we have to for this we have to know about the dead food and the living food. Okay, so living food in between we can have like fruits, vegetables, even soaked nuts. Those things we can have.
okay, okay. And some people have the habit of having a coffee or tea in the morning, right? So so, how do you consider that? I mean, having that. I mean, for some people, it becomes a habit and very difficult to break. So, you can ask them to do anything, but they will say, "I will not give up coffee or tea." But yeah. So, your thoughts on that?
Actually, my principle is more than restriction, more than removing, it is like replacing.
Hmm.
So if you are, actually, I don't like teas and coffees, and I won't encourage also. You won't believe, actually, I'm a naturopath, but I'm gifted by a husband that I can lead a naturopathic lifestyle. Okay, we have never bought this tea dust or coffee powder in our house. We have been married for 13 years and we have 3 kids. Oh no, and no
So,
sugar, no white sugar we have got into our house.
so you don't get a guest at home.
I don't give, I don't serve them.
You don't serve them. So, do they visit you often? Or
Doubtfully.
they visit only once and then say,
Be-
"Okay, let me have
Because
also."
one or other time they got to know about me. Okay, if we go, we would get some food, but it can be definitely healthy. You
Okay.
believe me, I give them mudakatan soup. Okay. So
Hmm.
I have the practice, I have the mindset like. Okay, so if somebody comes, I'll give them soup, I give them fruit juices, I give them even cut fruits, but no teas and coffees. Even I'm happy and I, with confidence, I serve them suku coffee, this herbal decoction.
Okay.
Yeah, so that much, it's all from here. That's what I say.
Absolutely.
Somebody is not going to mistake you if you don't serve them what they will, what they wanted to have. If you give them, if you serve them the right thing, people are ready to welcome. So again, back to this. So try to have such thoughts. So if we allow, if we wanted to restrict or remove, our mind is such that we wanted to crave, we wanted to hold on to that. So better than that, we can replace. Okay, instead of teas and coffees, you can search for herbal supplements like uh, some herbal teas. There are many brands available, many products. Actually, I tell people to make everything on their own. Yeah, maybe the compositions may differ. After 2 or 3 trials, we will prepare on our own the good thing. Okay, when it has immense effects, we can adhere to that and pocket friendly too. Yeah, it boosts the confidence. Oh, I'm doing something good for my family. Mm. Believe, trust in yourself. Season course. The next question, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. And one recommendation that you gave me is to, have oil as the last thing and then swallow it, right? Can you share the benefits of it and how to practice for our
Yeah,
members?
this oil pulling. We are after the Idayam ad only we got to know this, right? This oil pulling. But previously there was a practice like we are from birth to death. You think of our rituals. We have been with oil and water and this fire. Am I right or not? So
Yeah.
connect, relate, and see. So everywhere we have oil. This oil for health, that's what many controversial talks and studies are there. Like at first it have been told as sugars are bad, and then it changed into fats and oils, and then nowadays it's just changed into carbs. Okay, so maybe after some time it will be something else. Okay, so don't stick to that. Okay, we as we have lived through, we can relate and we can get better ideas. So getting about back to this oils are far good. Taking good oils is highly suggested, highly advised. So never limit your oils more than the oils. Oils are products. I tell about the foods, like you can have nuts instead of oils. Even sesame seeds you can have. Okay, like sesame balls, sesame laddus we used to make, right? Sesame, even in every food here, even the Westerners, even the Arab peoples, they use more sesame in the food. But we ourselves, we have been advised, that's what we have been like misguided that something we should avoid in the food is fats and the sources of fats. But it's not so. Plant sources are highly recommended. So please have plant sources of food. So for the sesame oil, what Sarah asked me is what many people have asked me is I rise with sore throat. What is the simple thing I can practice? Okay. So this I have told many, and at the first look, what I get after telling this is like this. Really, this madam has any sense? Like that only. I have given the thought like so. But this would really help. Once after trying this, you will come to know. So having ginger oil before sleep, immediately before sleep, you can have it bedside, and the position always matters. So have your neck elevate, that is chin elevated, neck extended. You can have ginger oil, and you can simply hold the oil for 10 to 15 minutes, at least 5 minutes. Even you sleep before then, that never mind, you can. So that always there is no hard and fast rule for anything in life. So you can have it. This helps in controlling the microbes here. Okay, and it helps to have more immune system. Actually, this RA, have you heard of the term rheumatoid arthritis? Nowadays there are studies coming up that the germs in our oral cavity is being one of the reason to have this RA. So it is not only RA with almost every disease, if we control here, and the people who snore during sleep, yeah, they provide the favorable environment for germs. So these all can be controlled by having this gingerly water, gingerly oil before sleep. Or I repeat, have oil at your bedside, gingerly oil. Take the adequate quantity, how much ever you can hold, not too much, okay? Just even a spoon, you just put it in your mouth, have it how much ever you can. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. After that, you can simply swallow it. Never drink any water or never rinse your mouth. After that, you can simply go to sleep. After 2 or 3 hours of sleep, if you wanted to have water, if you woke up with the touch, you can have water and you can continue your sleep. But this helps in many ways.
Okay, so that's a simple technique which was shared by a doctor, and we are practicing at home, and we see a lot of benefits. So thank you, ma'am.
Not only for the sore throat, even this you can keep it as a daily routine. Actually, the people next day would come and look at me magical. Oh, ma'am, yesterday I was thinking what she is telling me like, but today I can feel the effect. Like it has magical effect. So experience.
It can be practiced on a daily basis, right? So we can do that bedtime every day. Yes. And what I also noticed is that some people will have throat infection, which will aggravate to cold and phlegm and all that. But by practicing this, I think the severity reduces in the 1 or 2 days, and it is not really aggravating, and maybe all the germs are getting killed by this process. Okay, so yeah, I think we have touched upon many topics. So now maybe next 10 minutes, let us see if there are any questions from any participants. Please raise your hand, and I will allow you to unmute and you can ask your questions. Participants, you have any questions? Shruti, you have any question? Okay, yes.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, yes, Shruti.
Hi, ma'am. I have a daughter of 10-year-old. From young age only, she has been diagnosed with adenoids and tonsils. Doctor suggested to do operation when she is old enough. Maybe now this is the age she can be operated, but I am looking for the ways, natural ways. She's mouth breather because of that larger adenoids and tonsils. With May Padam, I have observed that her mouth is a little open now. It used to be like she used to mouth breathe at night when sleeping. Her mouth will be like this. Now it is a little bit gap. That positive effect I have observed with after joining her in May Padam. But how to completely cure that thing? I want her to nose breathe and stop mouth breathing even when sleeping or in wake cycle also. Wake cycle we can say you be conscious of your breathing, that we can say, but while sleeping she cannot, or I cannot remind her. So any natural ways to get rid of that mouth breathing is one. And one more thing she's suffering is eczema on her heels. Severe eczema on her heels. It got aggravated. For some months, it will subside. For some months, like in winter, it is aggravating. And recently, 15 to 20 days back, it got aggravated a lot. She got some bug bite or something and rash over her hands and legs. One thing that I have observed is eczema is superficially, it's a dry skin, but whenever she is playing like excess of running and jumping activity, she is playing outdoors. After coming home, she complaining of ankle pain. Though it is superficial eczema, I think it is eating inside some bone.
No, never. You need not to worry about it. Eczema won't go that far.
Eczema won't do that, but she's complaining of ankle pain a lot.
It's not only with the ankle, the whole body system gets down, even the bones, things. Lungs is directly connected with your skin. Okay. So lung efficiency or lungs health determines one's skin health. Yeah, so for this lung, as you said, the mouth breathing is the thing. And during the day, that is what you said is wake. When she is awake, she will be more of mouth breathing. Only you're noticing in the sleep, but in regular activity also she will be habituated. So that you can, like, as she is in 10 years, she can understand you well. And sometime you have to, like, give the knowledge, right knowledge, like breathing through nose, how it helps. Okay, that kind of seminars and that kind of awareness talks are now available. You can just search it over net and you can actually watch with her and you can make her understand one thing. So give knowledge. Second thing is give practice. Like one simple thing is hold, like you have to hold your mouth. Here I even at last I wanted to give this as a food for thought, but as she opened it up, now I'm telling you, everybody of us, let's think on this. Sticking the tongue to the roof of the mouth, how it impacts one's health. It is not, no, it is not the tip. The entire tongue to the roof, to the palate. Okay. Oh, let's search on this. Okay. So this tongue position always paves the way for easy respiration. Yeah, even our ancient text has talked, they have more information about the tongue position. Having loose tongue will not allow to breathe through nose. So hold your chin tightly, hold your tongue resting against the roof. With this, picture nostrils. Picture nostrils. Okay. With this, how long you can hold the breath? You ask the child to jump 10 jumps. Start with 2, start with 3, let it to 5, 10. Okay. So ask her to do 10 jumps. Even this Maypadam moves as she, right, girl. She can do. You ask her to have her tongue tight, breathing through nose. Even sometime you can make her to do with folded tongue. Fold tongue inside and breathe through nose. Okay, these are all higher yogic practices also. So with folded tongue, if we do this kind of physical work, like by that, our breathing capacity would be more. And one thing, the next thing is the tonsils and adenoids as the child outgrows the facial bones and everything, it outgrows the structure of the tonsils and adenoids. Okay. So once we are to that age, when she matures, she gets to that adult bone size, these all it's not going to mind at all, not going to bother her. Yeah, so you need not to mind about it. But now you give a right knowledge and right practices. So you have this every 4 hours, you have to open this nasal passages. Like that, you ask her to do it 4 times or 5 times in a day. From 10 counts of jumping, make it to 20 to 30. How long she could stay after exhalation. A big breath out and hold your breath. Or pinch your nostrils and hold it inside. This will give lot of change. And first thing, and the next thing is diet, and the last thing is her intestinal health. You ask her to poo properly. Okay, the toilet habit is must. The drinking water is must. Urinating is must, and eating right food is must. Go for plant-based food. Give her right food. Don't allow her to overfeed. Okay, you are actually don't force, and even you tell her not to take more. Less food will keep him here. You're in mute.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have the control. Yeah, ma'am. Right food in the sense, what should I give her to heal her eczema?
Actually, Sankar should arrange one another day because speaking on right food is fast. Yeah, so
Okay.
Yeah,
whole
maybe
like
we will have a separate session on that. Or Shruti, what you can also do is you can consult, Doctor one to one. Maybe she will be able to guide you.
yeah.
In fact,
Yes.
She's your same batch, my batchmate only.
Yes. Yeah,
Just that
yeah,
she's doing most of the time she does with recording. So both of you are in the same WhatsApp evening batch group.
yeah.
I'll share
Thank
her
you.
number anyway. Maybe you can just get her. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, Rajat. So the next person, SK. You have a question? Yes, you can ask your question. If possible, turn on the video. SK, you can unmute and ask your questions. Okay, let's move on to the next person. Kalai, you have a question? Yes, you can unmute and ask your question.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the wonderful session. Thank you, Shankar, for arranging it. My question is, I have a kid who is 8 years old, and he is suffering from constipation problem. So now I am giving this Bermuda grass, argampul juice to him. Sometimes he is drinking with water, warm water. I'm giving him in the early morning, empty stomach. So sometimes he's drinking and sometimes he's not refused to drink. And even and also his water intake is less. Though I give 1 liter of water to school, he will drink only 250 ml or 300 ml and come back. So I'm giving this juices also as that is fresh juices. But still, I want to make sure that his constipation problem is getting cured. So can you just tell any remedy for the kids? I'm just asking.
One thing is you have to observe whether he is a oral breather or not.
No.
Okay? No. If he is not an oral breather, then it is very easy to handle. Actually, one thing is it is like a training, like physical and mental training. At first, early in the morning, you give him enough time before school or his rituals. Enough time. This make it as a habit, like a positive reinforcement. You have to give them the knowledge, and you can get the things done. Okay. So you make him to drink water, compulsorily water. Some in the rest of the day you can replace it as flavored waters like an amla water, like a lemon juice, like a lemon water, or something like honey water, like tender coconut, like that. You give them more water rich things. Okay. Like it is not as juices. Actually, fruit juice or the smoothies is not considered the same as water rich ones. Okay. So this is of more diluted ones like plain water or honey water or tender coconut water or some vegetable juice which is thin like ashwagandha juice or a radish. Even the radish you can make it as even any kind of gourd variety you can make it as a juice as a salad. Okay, but these fruits they are sugary and they have very more fibers considered to vegetables. So that will be more thicker than the vegetable juices. Okay? So I prefer more for vegetable juices. Second thing, and the habit you allow him to have enough time in the toilet, and you practice him enema. You take it for your own. You just try on your own, and then you can take it to your child.
Okay.
So
Enema means for how many months, ma'am? Like 6 months or something.
he can try weekly once. That's enough. Yeah. Weekly once. As he is a child, he'll get into the habit. But the ritual is very important. Every morning they have to fast. After drinking water, you them to sit, allow him to sit there.
Okay.
Even sometimes I make my third one with some his favorite toy or something. You sit there, you pass, as we make it as a habit, we make it as a routine. Someday, how we should not compromise in the sense, okay, varliya vandre, should not never allow, never
Okay.
encourage it. Yeah, no, you will get it, you will do it fast, do it. Like there are many other practices. Maybe I can tell you in person. Yeah, these are all the things like enema you can practice, and giving right food and water rich juices in a day, that helps. uh, how you can give, and the things you have to practice it, what you should not don't. Yeah, don't give him biscuits, don't give him breads, don't give him chocolates. Yeah, these are all will tighten your stools, make the stool hard.
Okay.
Like, stay away from those and practice all these. This would really.
Okay.
As he is not a oral breather, you are in the positive side, so kindly take immediate effect.
Sure. One more query also I have, ma'am. So you were talking about this oil pulling, like a day, holding the gingerly oil during the sleep. Yeah. So I just want to know, can we do it in the early morning? Once we wake up, can we goggle it and then you were asked us to swallow that one, no? Can we spit it out in the early
Yes,
morning? I'm
you
asking.
can spitting you can do, but having that enough time, more than the spitting and the early morning, I have seen results with this night holding.
Okay.
Because the contact period is more, right? Here the morning time, actually the time required time is maybe around 40 minutes.
Okay.
That long we cannot hold in a day, right? Here the contact period is more. As we know, we wanted to wash a dry plate, we wanted to soak it for some time, right? The contact period is the thing behind.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Thanks, Kalai. Yeah, I think there is some question on how to do this oil pulling. I mean, the technique is, there is some question in the chat. So SK, if your question is just oil pulling, we'll explain once again. So what our doctor is recommending is, before going to sleep, so you keep the oil next to you. Gingerly oil is the sesame oil, right? In Tamil, we call it as nalle ennai. So it's made of sesame seed, right? So what you do is you have to take few, I mean, depends, there is no prescribed quantity, that whatever is comfortable, right? You have to just keep it on your mouth, no need to rinse. You have to just keep it on your mouth. You have to keep it in such a way that the oil reaches your throat, and try to keep as long as you can, minimum 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then you have to swallow it, right? So this is the recommended practice suggested by doctor. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. Swallowing the oil really helps. Actually, the acidity, people say of acidity, right? The whole intestinal wall to maintain the cellular health, the intestinal cells health, the tract. So for this, swallowing the oil helps.
Okay, super. So I hope SK your question is answered. So Maslamani Vishwanathan, you can unmute and ask your question.
Good morning. Hello, good morning, sir. Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
This is Tamil Selvi. This is my spouse's ID. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a separate account, so that's Masla Mani, my spouse, and I
Okay.
am Dr. Tamil Selvi. So like I just wanted to, that's a very useful meeting, and I got so many tips. Thank you so much. And I wanted to ask about the quality of water supposed to be taken. Like, do you recommend RO water or treated, I mean, boiled RO water or tap water, which is boiled, which is the, I mean, recommended water? Because there is so much of controversy in the RO waters and mineral water, different terminologies. Aquaguard, I mean, what do you call it? Treated waters?
And nowadays they have something called Kangen water. I don't know how many of you heard it. They say that it is a Japanese technology. It's a hydrogen-rich water. They infuse hydrogen in the water. It helps to cure many diseases. So yeah, I think that's a new thing that is coming up. Okay, yeah, that's a very valid and important question, ma'am. Yes. So
Actually, treating the water, actually, I adhere to natural methods. So I always suggest to treat the water by keeping it in a pot, earthen pot. Okay, that is the best treatment ever. Oh, better than RO, better than any other kind of treatment. We at home we can have an earthen pot, like mud pot. We can have. We can keep the water and we can drink. If we wanted to match with our body temperature, we can heat up the water and drink. Okay, so we can boil the water and we can have it throughout the day. Even if somebody, because of health condition, they wanted to have warm water throughout the day, they can reheat, or they can have it in flask, and then they can have. So the best treatment I ever suggest is this: having the water, keeping it in mud pot. One thing. And the next thing is like putting vetiver, some flavor thing. You can use vetiver, you can use this one, another thing. Some cleansing, I'm not getting it right now. Oh, like there are many other natural methods you can cleanse the water.
Okay.
Before the end of the session, if I get the name, I'll tell you.
Tetrankotai, yes. I think so.
Tetankotai, yes, tetankotai. Small seeds. You can just put it inside. In my home, I practice like in a white cloth. I put tetankotai and this vetiver. I tie it up, put it in that mud pot. And once in every 2 days, I wash that and reuse it for 2 more times. Then I'll throw and I'll go.
So, I mean, some people say that, I just heard it. What they say is that in the ancient times, so they just wash the this earthen part, and then they, they take this tetran kotai and then rub it 3 to 4 times. So, and then they pour the water inside the pot, and then, I think they do it by night, and by morning, maybe after 12 hours or something, it is used for consumption. And some people say, asking if they can use the spatikam. Spatika, is it good?
Yeah, but actually it won't match with everybody's body potency. But spatika can be used.
Okay.
Even some methods from this Namalwar thing and all, they are telling like you have to boil the water until it reduces to half the quantity or 1/3. Like then you are allowed to consume the water. That is the best water ever. Like the water will change into medicine as from their teachings. Like
Okay, super. Thank you. Tamisil ma'am, I hope your question is answered to some extent. Okay, any other questions? No questions. All right. So if there are no questions, then I think we can wind up the session. I know it's a huge topic. There are a lot to discuss. For example, if you take detoxification, that alone can be 1 hour session. And if you talk about diet, that can be another 1 hour session. So maybe we'll try to arrange more such sessions in the future as well. Thank you so much, doctor, for taking your time and enlightening us with the nature ways of how we can heal. And if you are interested, maybe I can share your number for other people if in case they want to take your consultation on any of for example, like what Shruti mentioned, right? So they can get in touch with you.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it, but because of personal commitments, I may lag. Please don't mistake me. But I will do my best. I'll try to.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you everyone for taking your time on a Sunday. I hope the session was useful. Please share your feedback and experience in the group, in whatever respective group you are. And if at all you have any questions specific to whatever topics that we discussed, feel free to post it in the group. I will try to consolidate and then ask doctor. Or if required, we can also have a follow-up session on her convenience. Okay. Thank you so much. See you all. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.
Thank you all for your patience hearing. Okay. Oh, and one more thing, that's what the food for thought I wanted to give. Like sticking your tongue to the palate. Everybody of us, let's dig more into that.
So basically we have to just like this.
The structure of the tongue itself is like this. The bulky and the thin part. The bulky part is to be kept back.
Okay.
So the tip of the tongue will touch the root of this upper teeth. This 2 teeth, right? This root, the tip rests, and the whole tongue will be under suction all the time.
So we have to keep like this throughout the day, is it? Try to do it as much as we can.
That is the
Sure,
right
we will
most
definitely.
of the time. Yeah, that's what
We
I
will
want
try to.
everyone to study on this. Yeah.
Sure, we will do a self practice and then we will come up, share our experience in another session. Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a nice day. Thank you all. Bye bye.